Hi guys, it's Kevin Daly back. Here's a quick video on your next assignment. Again, it's loaded on Canvas under week 7. It's called Photo a Day. Here's a 2-page document. You can read through it. Again, use manual settings on your camera. Use the compositional rules and techniques that you've been taught in class. Use your creativity, obviously. It'd be nice if everybody didn't show up with just cookie cutter photos. Kind of think outside the box. You've got just over a week to do this, and it should be quite easy to do. To make it easy, take a look at that list, day 1 through 7, and plan it out. So if you're going to do your selfie or if you're going to do your routine, get an idea in your head what you want to do before you take your camera out and do it. Especially if you're doing things out in the cold. You don't want to be standing out in the cold trying to come up with an idea. Sit down, brainstorm, maybe take a couple notes for each day, and then go out and shoot it. I don't personally care whether you do it in the order it's listed, day 1 through 7. If you need to mix it up because your favorite person you're going to be seeing this weekend, then do your favorite person first. Or if you're going to Niagara Falls this weekend and it's your favorite place, do your favorite place this weekend. Just try to get all of them done in the 7 or 10 days that I'm giving you to do it. Don't do it all in one day, because first of all, in Lightroom I can look at the date and time and when you've taken these photos, and the exercise isn't for you to spend a day out doing this. It's supposed to do, put a bit of planning into it, think a little bit of creativity, and do one a day. Or if you need to, like if your favorite person is in Niagara Falls, which is your favorite place, and you're only there for one day, then do 2 a day. But that's kind of the limit. When I look at your photos online or I download them, I can look at them in Lightroom. It'll tell me whether you took all the photos the last day. And usually people who do that, in the past I've seen, is that they're scrambling to get it done, and they're not thinking about creativity. They're thinking about handing something in. So just try to spend, say, 20 to 30 minutes planning, and then 23, and then you could probably do a shoot in 20 to 30 minutes. Again, it also gives you the outline of how to submit them and the naming conventions. I'm assuming this is your 7th week and your 5th or 6th assignment handing in, so it should be normal. If you have any questions, email me or talk to me in class. So here's just some random photos I grabbed. This is a selfie of me in 2010 in Afghanistan. There's nothing really special about it. Like, I probably wouldn't do this for an assignment, but here's a selfie. So you don't have to be super close up. You don't have to be super far back. Like if you're a jogger and you want to do something of, really passionate about jogging, you could put your camera on a tripod with a timer and you could jog by and snap some photos, maybe experiment with different shutter speeds and stuff like that. So it'd be good to, we want to know that, that is you, right? And not just some random photo of anybody. So, make a selfie, but make sure people know it's you and not some random person walking on the street. So if I was much further back, it probably, people might not know that was me. This is kind of a selfie I did a few years ago. I had a second camera set up on a tripod, and I did this because I wanted to do some promotional stuff, and I was shooting a wedding, so I just was snapping. I had it on a timer, I think, and it was just snapping photos every now and then. This is me photographing a bride and groom at a golf course. Here's something, a good thing to do, a good resource is Google Image and Pinterest. So if you Google creative selfies, you can come up with some unique ideas. Obviously, you've got to use your SLR camera for the actual shoot, but there's nothing saying you can't do something fun with like an iPad and a iPhone. So these are just kind of random ideas I found off of Google Image. Pinterest is also good. Here's some creative selfies that people did on Pinterest. This is a selfie of me using Snapchat a couple of weeks ago. This is not what we want. No iPhone photos. No, again, when I put stuff in Lightroom, it'll tell me what camera you use, what aperture you use, what shutter speed, if you use an iPhone. So try not to cheat it. Favorite places. Same thing, take a few minutes to plan it. I never shot astrophotography until this summer in Prince Edward Island. So, and it's really, really dark because there's not really big cities in Prince Edward Island. So I Googled, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I really love these lighthouses. So did some Google, some research. I said, how do I do this? It's a good way to learn, how to use what kind of aperture do you do this? What type of shutter speed? What ISO? And I go out and I stumble around in the dark and snap this photo at 4 in the morning. So I don't just get up and do this. A lot of planning, looking at forecasts, looking at moon set time, when the moon rises and when the moon sets, because you can't do astrophotography when there's a full moon or when there's a really bright moon, because a lot of times it washes out the stars. Here's another photo I took in Prince Edward Island. This was the cottage we were staying at. So if your favorite place is a cottage, kind of think outside the box how you're going to photograph it. Do it at night, do it at dusk, do it at sunset, do it late at night like this. Yeah, just kind of have fun with it and try to be creative. This is a photographer that I worked with a couple of years ago. I did a placement with him. He does a lot of architectural photography. He's, photography, 99% of his stuff is. So he goes around, photographs buildings and stuff like that. So say this was your favorite cafe and your favorite place that you go. Think outside the box. It's not just a picture of a building. He's focused on the building, but he's also done a slow shutter speed, and you can see in the center of the photo, you can see people walking across the center of the frame, and they're blurry because he's using a slow shutter speed. So think about things like that. There's nothing wrong with having people in your photo, or maybe vehicles crisscrossing in front of the building or place. You just try to be as creative as possible, and think of composition and how you can make the photo better. If you have any questions, I've already helped a couple students. They came to me, and like one student's going to Niagara, and we walked through and we planned things for her about doing a Google image search. Where's a good vantage point to get a photo of the falls? Is it better to do a fast shutter speed, or is it better to do a slow shutter speed so the water is flowing nice and milky? Or do you want fast where you can see individual bubbles and stuff like that? So we went through for about 30 minutes planning out that. So if you need help, email me or come see me in class. I'm going to post a schedule. I'll be in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday all next week. I have classes Monday to Thursday with you guys, and then Friday I'll just come in to meet with you guys as needed. I'll probably come in a couple hours and set up at Tim Hortons or Starbucks, and you guys can meet me there if you want. And you can bring your cameras, or if you need a hand, I can walk around and give you a hand. Okay, so I'm going to do one more video, and it's going to be related to the midterm. Take care, guys.